Hi, looking at forgiveness, which can be really a complex thing. Sometimes we don't want to forgive because we think that if we forgive, then we have to reconcile. But really, there is forgiveness, there's trust, and there's reconciliation. And those are three completely separate ideas. But somehow we've lumped them all together into just forgiveness. So it's like sometimes I'm believing if I forgive you, that means I have to trust you, and now I have to reconcile with you, and that gives you full access to me, and I don't ever want to get hurt that bad again. Therefore, I'm just going to choose not to forgive you. But the problem with that is, there's many problems, but one big problem with that is when you don't forgive someone, you stay cuffed to that offense, right? Which leaves you cuffed to the person, because now you got to watch them. Right? Are you trying to earn my good graces back? Are you trying to make amends? Are you going to be different? Right? I'm going to have to watch you like a hawk, whether I forgive or not forgive. So once we understand there is such a difference between forgiveness, between trust, and between reconciliation, that really frees us to just forgive. So let's start with forgiveness. When you forgive someone, you cancel a debt. You're saying you don't owe me anything, right? So I'm not going to be the warden. I'm not going to try to seek, penance. I'm not going to try and seek retribution. I'm not coming for you, trying to get a pound of flesh for the offense you did to me, right? I'm just saying, actually, I want no more part of this. I forgive you. There's no debt. Like your slate is clean with me in terms of what you owe me. You don't owe me a thing. That's what forgiveness is. And this is why it's a gift, right? Because I could choose. Let's say someone did everything they could to earn my forgiveness. At the end of the day, I could still deny it. I could still choose not to give it. And then you could have someone who does really nothing to earn my forgiveness, and I could still choose to give it, right? This is why it's up to me if I give or withhold forgiveness. This is how it's more of a gift. Trust is not a gift, right? Trust has to be built. Trust has to be earned. So if you never do anything to build trust with me, I'm not going to give you my trust. If you do nothing but break trust with me, I'm not going to give you my trust. So already we're seeing, hopefully, a huge difference between forgiveness and trust, right? One is a gift, one has to be earned. So that's kind of like the first part. With reconciliation, I only let those close to me get, who have gained my trust, is what I'm trying to say. So if you look at the relationship trust boundary model, hopefully you can see that. The closer someone gets to me, the more of me they have access to, but they only get that close to me if they've built trust. So if someone doesn't build trust, they don't get to get as close with me, right? Or if someone continues to break trust, they have to stay further from me because you're showing me you're not trustworthy. So I'm going to protect my right to privacy. I'm going to exercise my rights. I'm going to feel safe and empowered by just not giving you access to me, right? And that's exactly what the relationship trust boundary model is going to teach you how to do. So I can always choose to forgive. Trust has to be earned, and I don't reconcile until trust is earned. So that's how they're all sort of like interconnected or related, but they are not all forgiveness. And I know that oftentimes in listening to people talk, to me it really sounds like when you're talking about forgiveness, you're lumping in trust and reconciliation, and we got to learn to separate those three ideas, right? So forgiveness is a gift. I can always choose to forgive if that's what I choose to, give to someone. I'm not going to trust until you earn it. And trust takes time to build. Broken trust takes time to rebuild. So even if I did let you close with me, once you broke my trust, then I'm going to move you further from me. And the model's going to teach you what that looks like and what that means. And I'm not going to reconcile until trust is built back up. And again, it's not like there was this offense. We have one talk and now we're right back to where we were. Trust has to be rebuilt in layers. That's why it's so important to do our best not to break trust with someone else, because it does take time and work to rebuild it, right? So it's a precious thing, and we don't want to take it for granted or take it lightly. So in a nutshell, you can always choose to forgive. Trust has to be earned. We don't reconcile until trust is earned, but they're three separate ideas. I hope you find this helpful. I really hope that if there's someone in your life you still feel very much cuffed to because you haven't forgiven them, because you were scared that meant if you forgive them, then that means it didn't mean anything. Or if you forgive them, then that means that they just get to come right back in your life. No, they don't, right? They have to earn that trust to get back in. And if they never do anything to re-earn it, then they don't get to come back in. And that's up to them, right? And also up to you. Maybe, some offenses are so great that you're just really never going to be able to trust them again, right? And that can happen too. That does happen. Still doesn't mean you can't forgive, because you can always choose to give that gift. But it's like, no, I learned, and now you got to stay way out there because you taught me I can't trust you. And that sucks, but that's the truth, right? So you can find the book on Amazon.com. It's the Relationship Trust Boundary Model. There's also a full live webinar training. It's just $20. It's going to be September 19th, 2024 at 7 p.m. I think it's Mountain Standard Time. I don't know. It's Mountain Time, whatever that is. And I hope I see you there. You can sign up at relationaltrauma101.podia.com. I really hope I see you there. I would love to give you a full training on the model so you can really feel empowered and take your rights back and understand these ideas and much more simple life skills that can really be life-changing. So I hope you find this helpful. Forgive who you need to forgive, unhook yourself, and still protect yourself by not allowing reconciliation till trust is built. And I'm wishing you all the best. Take good care, and I'll see you in the next one.